Hey everyone, it's Vin. We have some interesting drama here regarding a local game store in Florida where I guess originally they were in One Piece Scalper. I don't know if this is true. If it is, then this is pretty crazy. They started to start running Pokemon events, and this person went to their first cup, and it was a very small space, just one table, which is already crazy enough. Typically, you should have multiple tables in the first place to host a larger amount of people. That's what you want for allocation purposes as well. When you have more players playing the game, you typically get a larger allocation to accommodate all those people. So players really do matter in terms of supporting their local game store, in terms of getting a larger allocation of product, whether it be in like Bandai games or in Pokemon, where they host more tournaments, and I would assume they get more product as well. Apparently, they decided to last second post another cup for tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. while people are at school and work, which is already dumb. A lot of the LGSs here in New York always do it past like 5 p.m. or so because that's when you have all the people who have a job, who have a life to actually play the game. So that's already crazy enough. What's the kicker is that he checked his Pokemon app to see that they have been falsely reporting him to be at locals to keep their league running, to keep their league up. I guess I that's what happened. I'm not too familiar with the Pokemon TCG space in terms of what happens if you see little player count in terms of your Pokemon leagues. But the fact that they have been falsely reporting that, stating that he's playing at the leagues, but in reality he's not, is really, really shady. That's like insane. This person has a suspicion that it's an attempt to keep the Charizard maps and flip them. I'm not entirely sure which Charizard mats there are, but since it's Charizard, of course they would fetch a higher price. And since I would assume this is TCG pricing, it is more limited in comparison to just the distribution of everything else that Pokemon does in general. I would assume that they would fetch a higher price point, and you can like profit off of that. This owner has two locations and he has two leagues, so he gets double price support. Yet only one midweek AM in the morning cup, which is really shady. That is so weird. That is so weird. Apparently, it's Shushu Card Shop. I think I've heard of them. I think on IG I've heard of them. I'm not really too familiar with who they are, but yeah, apparently it's this shop. They have two locations. What's crazy is he took a screenshot of their hours. What are these hours, man? Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 12 to 5. 5 hours. 6 hours for Friday and Saturday. But these hours make no sense because who realistically can go here? Everyone's working. A lot of the people that play TCGs are older people who have jobs. I know there's kids leagues and stuff like that in Pokemon for younger folks, younger kids. So they're in school. Like, huh? What is this? Why are they closed so many days of the week, and why are they open for so little amount of time? That's actually pretty crazy. And I guess the owner of the shop responded to him, stating that he was asking for how many cups are registered, and he was checking for on his local Pokemon. He was checking his Pokemon app for the event locator, and he's been listed as a participant, but he was not even there in the first place. And they tell him that they're full. Unfortunately, they have one more in 2 weeks, but those are going to be restricted to juniors to promote the younger players. The player himself, they have a Discord where pretty much they know everyone in the area. They know what's happening for all the events in the area for the most part, and no one knew that this was happening. And then the owner gives an excuse. We're at the end of the season. Most people give up. Huh? That makes no sense. And if he's saying most people give up, that means that it should be empty. So why is it full? It doesn't make sense. And then he says that most people that play don't. Most people that play don't. I don't know what that means. Please add the story. This is mainly for the people that have been showing up for our pre-release. So confusing. He was at the player in question who was calling out the store, stating that they were at the store for a cup and only 5 of them were there. That's not even full. That's far from full. Reporting him and his fiance, so two people reporting them that they went to that cup but they haven't. He says random. What does how does this random? This is clearly intentional that you're falsely reporting that they're playing. He wasn't at the store yesterday. Do you need the points? It's just this one. We are fully committed. If you no longer like to be included in our play, then I'll not. Then I'll not use your. I don't know what it says. Then I'll not use your player ID or something like that. And then he informed the families. Apparently, it's like he said before. It's like it was full because of people that I don't know don't want to play private. And the store owner says, I informed the families of your intentions for tomorrow and they don't want to be harassed and feel awkward with strangers hovering. That's why I had a schedule on when the store's closed. If you decided to just be there, then that beats the purpose of a safe environment for them to enjoy the experience of playing a cup. Their kids are homeschooled on a spectrum and they don't respond well with strangers. English? For now, we will just cancel the event and let them play the regular tournament in a setting where they are not bothered. Have a good evening. And he is stating he's going to report this to Pokemon, the local Tampa scene, and thousands of players on X. This was just randomly on my feed. I don't follow this guy because I don't play the Pokemon TCG. So this showed up on my feed. And it worked. Because now, this is interesting because he's also relevant in the OP space, One Piece space as well. I believe apparently like he sells cases of One Piece product. And I believe he upcharges it as well. I'm not entirely sure. I believe so. And I think I saw on his IG page before that they're closing pre-orders for their One Piece product in particular. I guess someone bought them out of all the future pre-orders. That's okay, whatever. People say okay, it could be spring break for schools, maybe in Florida too. But he has a kid and it's not even spring break there yet either. So 11 a.m. start time does not make any sense for that. He is stating that his stores are small little brick and mortar style setups packed with boxes of One Piece cards. They can't even. You didn't even use the bathroom because it was packed with hoarded product. If there's product in the bathroom, that's crazy. To not be able to use the bathroom is, it's insane. He tried to give him tips about the Pokemon community, like how to run tournaments. How most leagues are ran. He was giving him tips and stuff because it was such a mess and he didn't care. He has said, if anyone has a problem and reports me, they're just a-holes. Huh? Sounds like the store owner is the a-hole instead. Like, you're trying to foster a community, right? So usually you want to support local shops because typically they give back, right? I know a lot of people have issues with their local card stores because they don't give back. They've turned to just reselling it for market price. They don't support their community, and that really sucks. It really sucks to have a local card shop, especially if you live in a remote area that there aren't that many card shops. If you have one, if the closest one to you is a shitty one, kind of like this one, then it really sucks. Because what are you supposed to do about it? Hopefully, this brings more attention, just for the bad stores like these. If you guys have any bad LGSs near you, feel free to leave it in a comment. It would be interesting to see where around the world, or in the United States in particular, that these bad card shops are located, so I can avoid them as well if I ever go in that area. Like now, whenever I'm traveling, I like to see what card shops are around the area. So if there is a bad card shop near you guys, let me know so I can avoid that. And also, someone is also stating that shop is super notorious in Bandai circles, including One Piece. Here in the Bay Area, it's insane that he's trying to do this to Pokemon now too. So it seems like he's pretty sketch in between Pokemon and Bandai. So it's really unfortunate to have like these types of bad actors in this space. If he also does this in the One Piece space too, because when you have more shops, and apparently this guy has 3 shops, okay? He has 3 shops. He has 2 in Florida, right? I was looking it up, and these hours are ridiculous. 12 to 5 on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is 12:30 to 5. Sunday's closed. Why would Sunday be closed? Sunday is usually a popular day because people are off. These hours make no sense. And then the one before in question is the Friday through Monday one. And apparently there's another one he has in Georgia. So yeah, and then just for the One Piece part, how it ties in with One Piece, right? there is, I think it's this one, Pinellas Park. Oh, there's no more. Oh, there is right here. Okay. So Pinellas Park right here, 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Right? 5 p.m. seems normal. It seems really normal to have at a time. Like actually, I would say probably 6 p.m. and above because people usually leave at 5. So this 5 p.m. is pretty hard, kind of hard to make, especially in like New York area. But 5 p.m. Okay, that's pretty later in the day. That's not too bad. Pinellas Park is, I think it's this one, 5 p.m. This is a Friday. Seems like there's only three of them, three tournaments located on Friday. They close at 5 on Friday. Huh? How does this work? People can't play. If he's closing at 5 on a Friday, and an event starts at 5 on a Friday, the event doesn't fire then, right? Right. And if what this person, King Dre Clout, is saying is true, where he has been uh, put onto the store tournament without him even knowing, like without him even participating, then maybe they do this for the One Piece tournaments too, where they just put a bunch of random people onto the applicants just to make it show like seen to Bandai that people are actually playing in the tournaments, and then they would get further allocation, right? Uh, if he's actually doing that to One Piece as well, then that's just taking away from other stores as well, other stores that deserve it, right? This just gives it to him. He gets more allocation of it, and he gets to resell it for a larger amount. So less people get it in store, less stores, other stores around the area that actually provide for the players and help the players, support the community, they would get less allocation in return, because at this point in time, there were just so many stores applying for One Piece Product 2 nowadays. I don't even know for Pokemon. It's probably super hard as well, of course. But since so many more stores know about One Piece now, product is spread thin throughout stores, so there's less allocation overall. So these types of stores that are just kind of like leeching off, it really sucks. So I'm not too sure if he does this for One Piece space, but I wouldn't be surprised if they are doing it for the Pokemon cups. I'm wondering if there's a issue. Like for Bandai, you can also just make accounts, so maybe he's just doing that. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But it would suck. It would be really shitty if he does. For the Palm Harbor one, this is the other Florida location. 3 p.m. seems okay, but it seems like it's Tuesday, Sunday, Monday. Wait, actually, hold on. This might not be fine. Palm Harbor, Tuesday. Wait, this is the Palm Harbor one, right? Tuesday they're closed. So it doesn't make sense that they have a tournament if they're closed. How does that work? This makes no sense. I guess there's zero applicants. So maybe they're not doing that since, yeah, maybe they're probably, I guess they're not doing that since there's zero applicants. I guess they're doing just to have tournaments? I don't really know what's going on then. Huh. Today is Tuesday. Time of recording is Tuesday. It's 3 p.m. It's 7 p.m. by me right now. We're on the East Coast. Why would you have tournaments open with no applicants? I don't know. I don't get it. But that's besides I guess, yeah, maybe they're not doing it then. This just seems kind of dumb. Why are you having these open tournaments on whenever you're closed? That doesn't make any sense at all. Let me know. I don't know. I don't get that. Sunday, 12 to 5. Okay. I guess you could fire a tournament. 2 hours seems very little, though. Very short amount of time. Monday, they are open. Okay. So Monday. I guess it's just Tuesday at this Palm Harbor location that, why would you have that? That doesn't make any sense at all. And then their Georgia location. I couldn't see it on Google Maps. I don't even think they're open yet. But they already have tournaments listed. I don't even know if they have their tournament open yet in Georgia. I'm not entirely sure. Let's search it up. Let's see. This is the location. It's in a strip mall area, but I don't think it's open yet. Nope. I don't even think they're open yet, but they have events opened? This makes zero sense. This makes zero sense at all. But yeah, this seems very, very shady, very sketchy to just have this. And if they're doing this to Pokemon, I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing it to other card games that they run as well. So I guess he's a scalper. I don't know, but yeah, that's it for this video. Pretty interesting to see. Just pretty shitty store, if all things is true right here. And I wouldn't doubt these people because this person actually plays the game. He plays Pokemon, so if this is happening to him and a lot of people are corroborating his accounts and just the store itself, then this is a garbage store. Don't support this store at all. Cool that Safari Zone even commented on this. It's like, don't support these types of stores. Report these stores for just being bad overall to the tournaments. Like, I know if this is actually happening in the Bandai space, I believe you can report that to Cardass or Bandai themselves. And in Pokemon, they make tickets for Pokemon, which is what I assume they're doing. So yeah, let me know what shitty stores you guys have around you. It really does suck to have bad local card shops that are just in it for the short term, or just to get to sell, resell, and get their money, their bag as fast as possible, because it just hurts the community around them. And over time, people will just avoid those stores because they suck. It's just unfortunate overall because people want product. People want to open stuff. And if they have to pay resale for that, then they're not going to do it. It's really shit. And then the stores that they do like going to, they have less product overall since allocation gets spread apart. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.